So perhaps in certain cases Bloodthirst would overtake Whirlwind as priority, because you know you're going to get both off, even though you're moving away. So you know you have to. It's a judgment call for you, and that's what makes amazing warriors compared to the good warriors. But once I've got my Rens, my 2 spells off, or 3 spells, or however many I can get off as fast as I can. If I've got 3 spells off, I should have put Rend on later. So you know you have to make your judgment call there. Once you've done that, you select your target, or you make sure you're switching stances as you're looking for your target. Intervene, and you've just covered a whole distance really easily. All your buttons should be binded anyway, but you need to make sure you know your bindings. Finally, it's trinket timing. Like for me, it's harder because I'm only soft capped with ARP, as many of you will be if you don't have Deathbring as well, or the joys. Trinkets, everyone wants one trinket. But basically, Death Wish and Recklessness should only be used with your trinket proc. Especially like for me, for example, I would suddenly become ARP hard capped. I'll be hitting numbers 2-3k higher than normal anyway, because I've got the other stuff on as well. So at the start of a fight, for example, I hit Death Wish because I know my trinket's going to proc, or should proc, within the 30 seconds. And as soon as it procs, I use Recklessness. Now, you're going to lose 2 seconds of Recklessness because of the way it works, but you're still going to get all your Recklessness off, which is the good thing, especially with Whirlwind because it uses 2. The key is to predict your trinket as well. Like I have predicted some very well before, and some I've not predicted very well. Sometimes it doesn't go off at all for ages, and I'm just like, what the hell, Blizzard? Like, you know, buff this please. So you have to be good at predicting your trinkets, and then if you can work all that together, you're going to be producing some serious numbers. Okay, to begin with, I'll start off with Lord Marigar. This is hard mode, not easy mode obviously, because you could do that with your eyes shut basically. Our raid setup is basically, well, everyone should be, to stand right behind the boss on the phase 1, and I see a lot of warriors not coming in close to top on damage meter here, and I don't understand why. So basically, I'll tell you what I do. I proc Death Wish within a range that I know the bone spikes are going to come. I know they're going to come at set point. I see deadly boss mods, yada yada yada. So I know it's going to come. I prepare as soon as it's about to arrive. I prepare, so I generally know my own swing times for my weapons. I don't need an add-on to tell me. I get ready to tab target, because that's what you should be using, tab to target. Sometimes you use your mouse, I don't know, I use both. Normally I tab target when I am actually trying to focus and perform my best. So I tab target, hit Recklessness, and if you can get Cleave and Whirlwind off at the same time, your Recklessness, because of the way the server works, the way it communicates, your Cleave and your Whirlwind will use 5 the Recklessness points, but your Whirlwind and your Cleave will all use them all. So as an example, I hit 120k instant damage on some trash once. I think I've done even higher than that before as well, just because of the way the server works, and server lag and MS basically. So you should be, when the spikes come, Cleave, Whirlwind, carry on your rotation. Once your Whirlwind's used, Cleave, Bloodthirst, blah blah blah. And once down, go back on Marigar. Now phase 2, you should have a rend up. It can get quite panicky, especially on progression raids. So just if you struggle to focus on staying alive, don't put rend on. If you're fine and you could do it with your eyes closed, which is the case in most people's, because Marigar is pretty easy. Put a rend on. Look for space. As soon as you see a spike come up, run over there. Hit it with as much instant damage as you possibly can. Look for the range of your cleave as well. Your cleave's a lot bigger than it actually looks. So if 2 spikes are generally close together, try and judge your cleave. I know my cleave range very well, and my whirlwind range very well, so I do try and maximise your DPS doing that. and then straight back on the boss again. If the boss comes nearby, lob a Bloodthirst on, Whirlwind as well, and if the boss lands on top of a spike, just try and get a bit of range, or know where the flames are coming, and just cleave, Whirlwind, blah blah blah. With the flames, by the way, there's always a way to get to the flames, and normally, if there isn't, it's when there's 3 flames in a row. So just, if that's the case, then ignore it and range will get it. Now for Lich King, basically because this is based for our raid, we use 3 warriors, and yeah, basically no cleaves. Don't use cleaves because tanks just hate you forever if you use cleave. That's phase 1 only though, because of the ghouls. The more ghouls the tanks get, the off tank gets, faster the plague spreads, faster it builds up, and they go down because of the plague. Obviously you want to use Whirlwind because you are trying to DPS, so you just have to manage it. So if the tank says you're pulling them off me, just prioritize Bloodthirst over Whirlwind. You know, just little changes like that, and your DPS should still remain quite high. Phase 2, as mentioned before, at the end of phase 1, get your end in, get Bloodthirst, Whirlwind, Intervene. You're already at the edge. You're not going to get Remorseless Winter. Phase 2, you basically, if you get the spirit, run to your tank. If not, be safe. Just wait far away, and then once the spirit comes up, nuke it, nuke it, nuke it. When it's getting low, you know another one's going to be near. So if another one's going to be near, if you're going to use Whirlwind, use it, but then move away, because the tank will see that you've got aggro if you have pulled aggro, and they'll taunt off you straight away. And it's just the luck. If they see that they haven't got the mob, they're going to taunt. If you're stood next to them, they might not notice, and then you're going to die. At the end of phase 2 into phase 3, stay on the spirit. The first Valkyries, you're not going to really get an intercept off because everyone's going to have the stuns ready and all sorts like that. So what you want to do is just stay on the spirit. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. Bam! Intercept the Lich King. Then you're where the raid should be, and then the Valkyries will come. On the Valkyries, what you want to do is, obviously, the one you've been assigned, start nuking it. Now, all Valkyries should be going the same direction, and they should all be together. So, hi, Cleave and Whirlwind here, because Death Wish should be ready, and Recklessness, and you should be nuking like crazy. You should absolutely nuking the Valkyries insanely. And you should be top of DPS by a mile as a warrior. Just keep nuking as fast as you can. You should have a hamstring on one, because hamstring's probably one of the best. 50% reduction for 15 seconds. So plant it on the one that you've got. Defile. When you see the say, or your screen flashes red crazily saying defile near you, just move away. You do more DPS alive than being dead. And that's about it really for Lich King. I mean, it's all based on your own judgment really. I don't really, as a warrior, you have to be able to judge everything, and you can't rely on other people telling you what to do. So this tutorial is kind of like, here's the idea, you go and do it. Now I would always say go and try new things, like I'm trying now with Enrage. I'm going to see if it works, see if my damage is better. If it's not, then I won't use it. If it is, I'll be like, okay, it's useful for some fights, might as well use it. I have been playing Warrior for like 3 years, 4 years. God no, I've made so many, it's just ridiculous. So I hope to think that I am experienced enough to do this. Hope this tutorial's helped in some way. If you've been struggling on DPS, or you don't know why you're not doing enough DPS. Cheers for watching, and I've been Ayiana.